If you clicked on this video expecting to learn how to prepare for 2020, then you have come to the right place. Guys, I'm going to guide you through your journey into 2020. I'm going to help the best I can. Obviously, there's going to be other creators out there doing this thing, but I want to give you guys some more darkish, less talked about tips and advice. But before we get started, what's going on, ladies and gents? It's your boy Eber here, back again with another video, and today we'll be going over 2020. But before this video gets started, please be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share because I am desperate. And without further ado, let's get started. People need to stop looking at things at face value. People will always look at what they want to believe and not have any second thought. But when they are proven wrong, they'll act irrational and make a fool of themselves. We as human beings got to learn to not look into things at face value, but to find the truth behind it, to not be delusional and end up being proven wrong in situations. This happens way too often on social media. Instagram influencers tend to share stories of something like police brutality or anti-vax parents sharing stories on Facebook, and people tend to believe these things and look at it at certain face value because both arguments are extremely touchy issues on social media. But when the person being harassed, quote unquote, ends up being a murderer, or the parent of the anti-vax kid dies or gets extremely sick, then the truth of the matter fades away and people tend to forget the issue. What I mentioned also ties into how much people really care. Most people will be outraged and screech on a feed talking about injustice, but when the person comes out as a liar, then they pretend like it never happened. In 2020, we have to be less stubborn. I mean, we all saw the Father Nature thing. People saw Father Nature getting beaten up and assumed he was the victim. An 8-second video of someone you liked getting beat up, and what is the first thing you'll think? Oh my god, this is crazy. But when it turns out he was provoking the attack, instead of admitting your wrongs, he would instead say, well, he still shouldn't have been beaten up as bad. Well, it's not like he had much of a choice, smart guy. I mean, come on. Bottom line is, we need to stop taking claims at face value. People like to cap a lot to feed into the delusional audience's anger, and people take complete advantage of this on social media. Got to do your research. Everybody in 2020, look into things. Do not end up being that delusional person who gets proven wrong and cannot admit their wrongs. Don't be stubborn. Don't be gullible. Alright? I'm not saying don't believe anything. I'm just saying look at things at face value, because there are people out there that will lie and make stories to gain a better audience, a bigger audience, and also change people's point of views. It's a very dangerous tactic in today's social media. So, 2020 advice, look out. I feel like dead people memes are losing its touch. The X memes were okay, but these Juice memes are just not funny. I mean, people will say X deserved it more because he did have a ton of beefs and was a troublemaker, which I can agree with to a certain degree. But Juice WRLD, well, he did chug pills, but shit, he was an all-around decent guy and shouldn't be memed to this extent. I mean, seizures are scary, and you never know if you're gonna die or live when you have one. Plus, the memes are funny no matter how much I try to comprehend them. I mean, just looking at them on TikTok, it's just pure cringe. Oh, I'm doing the Juice WRLD dance. Let me just spaz my body out real quick. Alright, yeah, seriously, because the seizure is now known in late 2019 as the Juice WRLD dance. Apparently that's funny to some people. To me, it really isn't. A seizure is a very serious thing. What happened to X, well, that's a different thing. That's a completely different subject. I don't want to get into that. Well, you know what? While we're on to switching subjects, let's talk about 2K real quick. I've been keeping 2K off the radar on this channel, but they need to step their fucking game up. I feel like they could be doing so much better if they actually took more advice from the fans instead of doing copy and paste. A lot of 2K fans will say, well, quit complaining because 2K peaked graphics wise. Well, you obviously haven't seen Fallen Order or Red Dead. 2K has most definitely not reached its limit. They need to hire more staff, because I feel like the current staff are too small and they're just being overwhelmed, and they end up rushing the product at the end, and that's why you get all those patches coming out every single month and every few weeks, and there's like 10 patches every single game. It just it's not something to really flex about, to even admire. The amount of patches the game has shows how much errors the game has, how much of a finished product they have. It's just the less patches there are, the better a game is. People need to start committing to their New Year's resolution, you guys. Don't say you're gonna have a New Year's resolution and quit like 2 months into 2020, bro. Nah, 2020 is gonna be different. People always say it's gonna be my year and all that shit, but I don't buy it. People like that usually don't work hard enough and always look so far ahead to the destination that they don't stay on track and they end up being failures. Well, guess what? 2020 will, if you listen to me, be everyone's year. Sometimes you got to force yourself to do something that will work out in the long run. And it may not seem good at first, but you gotta look at the long run. If it's gonna work out well in the long run, then you just gotta fight through the pain, alright? Working out hasn't come easy for me, but I had to force myself to enjoy going to weight training 3 days a week because I want to get fit and I want to get the body I want. I mean, it's simple. It's not always just dedication. There are different things that tie into dedication that makes it what it is. We also got to start gaining more self-esteem from actual accomplishment. If you don't wrap up your day feeling like you accomplished something in 2020, then you're going to go back to your old ways and start procrastinating and slacking off. Maintain your grind so that you can get the final result you want. Alright, I'm telling you guys, you gotta maintain your grind. You really think I give a fuck what people say about this channel? No, I really don't. I mean, I only take in positivity, really. The negative comments don't matter to me. Unless they're actually critiquing me on what I do, then yeah, obviously I'm gonna care about it. You know, I always look to up my game. You know, I always look for something that can improve what I do on this platform. And obviously I'm not going to take negative comments at face value, because at the end of the day, they came to my video, they looked at my video, and they decided to hate on it for whatever reason. So, you know, that's up to them. People, listen, don't look at things at face value. You gotta start grinding. 2K, step your fucking game up, alright? Guys, we gotta start hustling. 2020 is around the corner. You gotta get your mindset on early so that you don't go into there trapped. If you got a New Year's resolution, getting a girlfriend, getting fit, getting into sports, doing whatever, you gotta hustle. You gotta look at the journey. You gotta manipulate your journey to get to the destination. Because at the end of the day, the journey is more important than the destination. If you don't shape your destination, then well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share. Instagram and Twitter will be down below. And yeah, this is Ibra. Peace.